Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjuggler.com and you are watching No One Has to Bead Alone, my weekly Friday evening broadcast that we started nearly a year ago and where we bead together every week a different design with beaders from all around the world. And I see that many of you have already joined. I am today broadcasting both to my Facebook page and also to my Facebook group, the Storytelling Beading Club. So please don't be surprised if you see comments on the screen or if I mention comments that you don't see. If you are watching from the club, then probably the comment was written on the page and the same in reverse. I will post a link in the comment field. And if you are watching from the Storytelling Beading Club and you haven't done it yet, then I would like to ask you to please click on the link and to enable my broadcasting program so it sees your name, and I see you not as Facebook user, but that I can say that hello Marianske and hello Sharon and Petra and Kata and Katja and Diane is here and Donna and Joanna and Janine is here and Aniko, Gunel, Cheryl, Nicolene is here again and Eleanor, Liv, Nora is here, Ula is here, Asaria is here. So very, very nice evening to all the beaders who are watching from Asia or from Europe, because we have, I can say, that beaders joining us from all the continents nearly. We recently there were recently beading friends joining us from India, for example. So good evening to those of you who are in Asia or in Europe, and good morning to all the US beaders and everyone from the American continent. So I am really looking forward to today. I am actually wearing the half pair of earrings that we are going to make today, and I was really hoping to make the matching pair. However, I ran out of this specific half TILA beads. They became one of my favorites recently. They are of a very special color. It's, of course, MIYUKI half TILA, but the color finish is made in the Czech Republic, so it's a combination of MIYUKI and the Czech historical tradition of bead making. And they are super universal, and the color I find really lasting, so I really like to combine them lately, but as I am using them everywhere, then I ran out, unfortunately. So today I am going to make a new color combination. And Niti says, your ice flower earrings, so nice with the soft pink. Martin asked me today, why do I want to stick to the colors on the tutorial? It could be fire flowers with red or sunflowers with yellow and orange. So you know what to do with the big drops in metal settings. More colors. Nitty. I really hope that we will have more colors of those. I will talk to the manufacturer. And you are so right about the color combinations. You can take this many, many ways. They are ice flowers because I am hoping for some ice and I am hoping for some snow here. I haven't seen snow for 3 years now. And according to the forecast, we might have some snow tomorrow, so I'm super excited about it. If it happens, I'm certainly going out and taking a big walk with a nice cup of tea or even a hot chocolate. So I keep fingers crossed. I know that many of you, especially those of you who live in the northern part of the United States, or those of you from Sweden, you have lots and lots of snow. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do, as I would, or hopefully I will tomorrow. And in the meanwhile, also Virginia and Lynn joined us, and Lutka and Anne and Donna and Kay is here, and Anita is here, and Teresa. And Cheryl says, confession, I wasn't sure of my colors, so I have done almost one, but we'll start the second when we get going, so I can join in properly. Cheryl, the more color combinations, the better. I find it that when I am working on the first color combination, then in many cases, it is still like on the experimenting side. But when I'm working on the second or on the third variation, then I am able to choose my colors a lot more consciously as I know where I am going. So doing a second or third version, wonderful. And Koto says, you can come here, minus 10 degrees and lots of snow. Ladies, you have to take some nice wintry pictures for me. I would love to see that. Sherry also says that she is getting lots of snow. And Niti says, I have the Labradorite or the opaque cement gray matte AB, if that is what you were using. It was a different one, actually. It's the jet something plated, and I don't remember it, and I will check it for you. And Marianske, who is also in the Netherlands, just like me, she says, there were some lost snowflakes here this afternoon. Thank you so much for the tea.
You're welcome.
So I really hope that we will get some tomorrow. And Kata had an amazingly beautiful time, took a walk to eat lunch and back. That sounds really good. Virginia has blizzard conditions today. School was canceled last night. The winds are frightful. That sounds a bit too much. I hope that you will stay safe, stay inside, and there will be no damage done by the storm. Oh my God! And Iris is enjoying the luxury of sitting at the hairdresser, and she's checking in from the hairdresser. Yeah, the simple thing like going to the hairdresser sounds very extraordinary these days. Cheryl has wind and rain. And Joanna says, I saw on the news this morning, you are getting snow right now. And Stella from Greece says, hello from a very cold Thessaloniki. Oh wow, I wouldn't think that it gets so cold in your part. So, ladies, before we start, I would like to show you some of the beautiful variations of the cherry picking earrings that you were beading last week. It was a very small, very simple design, and I loved seeing that how many variations you made. I actually really enjoy it when the design what we are working with is so simple and easy, because it seems to me that then you have a lot of space to experiment with it and with so many different variations. So for example, this is Donna's version with yellow and gray that are the colors of the year according to Pantone. symbolizing positivity and symbolizing strength. And Donna added a bit of dark Montana blue in the middle. And I love the edged silver beads that you chose. And then the little bow in the bottom. So very nicely done, Donna. Thank you for the picture. Then we have a whole collection of earrings made by Nori from Hungary. And she made 3 very different ones, and I actually saw even more made by you, Nori. There was one where you used 2 different colors of gem duo beads in one earring, and that was a super nice color, super nice idea. I also love these ones, of course, and how different they are with the 3 different hanging thingies, glass drops in metal settings with the blue gem duos, cute little tassels with the middle one, and briolette beads, briolette pendants on the right side. And then we have a beautiful fiery version from 𝐌𝐀𝐄. And I love the combination of gold, and these are the matte red lipstick gem duo beads, and then chrysolite opal rhinestones in the middle. And I think 𝐌𝐀𝐄 chose a very nice color combination. And it is still like, for me, it's still Christmassy, so it makes me feel a bit like we are still close to the holidays, still festive a bit. And then a little while before the broadcast, Susie posted a set of earrings and bracelet where she used different kinds of gem duos. She used the polychrome finish with the purple and with the blue, and in between she added some bezeled 8mm rivolis. So I think this is really a nice combination, and you can see how you can modify the little earrings into a bracelet too. And you know, in one of the beading groups, I think in the Seed Beads and More, with a lady, we had a small conversation about like how to start designing. And I mentioned her that it's nice to join the Friday videos as we talk and show a lot of different combinations of the same design. And I think if some of you would like to design your own jewels, then this is a great training exercise that start brainstorming how you can modify an existing design. Talk to the others, what they find nice, what turned out better, what could be improved, for example, and absorb all the very beautiful variations that fellow club members and fellow storytelling beaders are making. And slowly, it's kickstarting ideas. It will kickstart ideas on your own. So this was from last week. And I'm just looking in the meanwhile through the comments because I don't want to miss questions. So Bonnie joined us in the meanwhile, and Angelica. Hello, ladies. So, and Cheryl says, my beading has been helped enormously by the No One Has to Bead Alone sessions. And I'm so happy to hear that, Cheryl. You did so well in the competition last year. And I always love seeing your variations. So keep going. So thank you so much, ladies, for these beautiful variations of the cherry picking motif. And let's get started with our ice flowers. Or as Niti says, they can be indeed fire flowers, or very fitting for the Netherlands and or Van Gogh. They could be also sunflowers if you use yellow and brown, or even like it could also be a nice Van Gogh interpretation if you use blue and yellow as the colors of the Starry Night painting, maybe. So lots and lots of space to make it your own. And Teresa says about modifying existing patterns, that is what I end up doing anyway, because I don't have the suggested beads. The results are always interesting. And I can totally relate to that, Teresa. There are so many bead shapes out there that it happens quite often that somebody is missing a specific bead shape. But we as creative people, I am happy to see that with little alterations, we can most of the time deal with the difficulties. And in the meanwhile, Susie also joined us, and Chantal joined us. Welcome, ladies. And let's see, what do we need for the ice flowers? Oh, and Angelica is asking what's wrong with me that I am drinking tea. You know, Angelica, I am sleeping very, very badly this week. First time in my life I actually took sleeping pills 2 days ago. So even if I don't skipping my usual coffee, but I decided that I will not drink as much coffee, at least in the afternoon. Maybe it will help me sleep better. So I am drinking a yummy yogi tea with some herbs, and I'm feeling very zen. So let's see the material list. Let's check it together if we have everything. So when you are putting together your color combination, then I would suggest to start with the half TILA beads. And I will use some matte patina green ones. I will show you in a second. And then you will need 3 types of seed beads. You will need round 15 and round 11 MIYUKI seed beads, and you will need also size 11 cylinder shaped beads. I am using MIYUKI DELICA. My go-to seed beads are always MIYUKI seed beads. So this is the basic, what you will use for like 100%. And then actually I will show you how the earrings, how does the earring look from the back, because I attached these rhinestones on the front. I love attaching extra rhinestones. The PRECIOSA Suwon rhinestones are really my favorite. But if I turn it around, then, okay, I'm trying to find the focus, so the camera focuses on the earrings instead of my face. So hopefully you see the backside where there are no rhinestones, and that's also pretty. You can actually very nicely play with the color of the round 11 seed beads, because those are in the middle. That's where we start. So if you don't have the rhinestones, then you can maybe use an accent color of the round 11s, and that's also a nice way of making the middle of the flowers pop. And you can also, like, you go as small or as big as you want. You can make only one motif, and probably that's what I am doing today. You can make 2, you can make 3. Instead of earrings, you can actually make a bracelet that you will need, I think, 3, 6, 7, 8 motifs at least, or more. And then additionally, you can hang something at the bottom. I have a 32mm glass drop in metal setting on this original version, but for my second version, I will use this navette-shaped glass pendant. It's also available at the storytellingjeweler.com, the same as everything else what you see here, what I am using. And yeah, I really like the color of this pink and the green one because it matches the green color of my half tilas, and I am using a pinkish opal rhinestone for the middle. So I will check. I hope you have everything. I checked my material. I do have everything. Of course, I need a needle and I need 0.12mm or 4FB FIRELINE, and then an earring hook, of course. And I will check your comments and then we can start beading. So, Nora, I see your name. Thank you for clicking the link if you are watching from the group. And Niti, I also see your name now. Yes, I should use a piece of paper. I actually have a whole stack of A4s here next to me, so I hope I will remember for next time. Thank you, ladies, for the recommendation. And Liv is asking which sort of yogi tea I am drinking today. They are indeed yummy. And I drink the Bright Mood one in the dark green packaging. I really like it. So, let's get started. I'm switching on my second camera. Sipping a bit of my yogi tea. And Nori says, good that you speak before beginning because I have now the colors. Yeah, I gave you plenty of time to put it together. And Vanessa is also here, just watching today. Hello, Vanessa. So, let's go to step 1. We start by picking up 6 pieces of round 11 seed beads. 5. And 6. And then I am joining them into a circle by beading one more time through the first bead. Usually I don't tie knots, but instead I am leaving a 10 to 12 centimeter tail, and then I will secure that later. And I don't know how did I manage it, but I don't have, oh yeah, I have my number 15 seed beads, but I don't like the colors, so I will grab another color quickly. And in the second step, I am adding number 15 seed beads between the number 11 ones. So I had 6 pieces of the number 11s, and I will have 6 pieces of the number 15 between them. And after I add the last one, I will continue beading until I am exiting the second number 15 that I added in this step. By the way, to help you with following the pattern, of course, the printable file is available at the usual place, so you can head over to the storytellingjuveler.com/no-one-has-to-bead-alone/ and then you can make a decision if you would like to, if you need to download it for free, and then it's my helping hand to you during the Corona crisis, or you can decide to purchase the pattern for €5. That's about $6, and support the broadcast. And also, it's very, very much appreciated if you decide to share the link with your friends, if you decide to recommend the storytellingjuveler.com, or if you simply tell us about the No One Has to Bead Alone sessions to your beading friends. Thank you so much for every share and comment and order and feedback. And I see you ladies talking about elephants. I'm lost there. And in step 3, I am adding pairs of MIYUKI DELICA beads between the number 15 seed beads that I picked up in the previous step. And then I want to finish by exiting the first DELICA bead from a pair. And Diana, hello Diana. She's asking, it looks dark. What dark there? What time is it? It's 5:30, so indeed it's pitch dark here. You know, when someone is visiting from my original country, from Slovakia, then during the summer, then they are very surprised to see that it's light here in the Netherlands until like almost 11 in the evening, because we are furthermore to the west and also furthermore to the north. But then in the winter we have the opposite, so it's darker a lot earlier than in my original country. So now at 5:30 it's totally dark, and in the morning it's dark. In December it was dark until about 9 o'clock in the morning. And last week we were talking about New Year's resolutions, and most of you, including me, told that we are not making New Year's resolutions anymore because it's just not worth it. Usually we are not keeping it. However, I see Susie is writing something about a New Year's resolution. And she says, I made one New Year resolution, as we discussed it last week. Every time I make purchase on your site, I leave one review on some of the tutorial or product I bought in the past. It takes 10 seconds and can help a lot to others and also you. Thank you so much, Susie. And indeed, I was reading your lovely reviews. And thank you so much for doing it. It is indeed a big help to beaders. We also have lots of beginners. And when you say that the tutorials are easy to follow, then I think you make the decision to give it a go a lot easier. And we need more new beaders. We need the beadworld to thrive. And also it really, really helps us here in the storytelling team, of course. I'm showing now step 4. So I will be adding number 15 seed beads between 2 DELICA beads belonging to the same pair. So I picked up a number 15 seed bead, And then I beaded through DELICA, number 15, and another DELICA. So I will add 6 number 15s around the motif. And you know, ladies, also it is such a nice feeling to the ladies working in the office, Yvette and Monica, when they can see your reviews, when you post pictures that you received your package and that you liked it. And of course, we also appreciate all kinds of feedback, how to make it even better. But I can tell you that especially during these days, as it is not so easy when there is lockdown and schools are closed, and both ladies have very young children who have to go to schools, and unfortunately Monica has to stay these days at home, but Yvette is still keeping up homeschooling and packing your orders. So we really, really appreciate when you leave a review and post a picture, because it really is the fuel to keep going. So thank you so much. And I don't know who are you, unfortunately, because you didn't enable yet, so I could see your name. Please click on this link that I am posting now. I'm confusing. So in this step, in step 4, you started by exiting the first DELICA from a pair, from a first DELICA from 2 DELICA beads that you picked up at the same time. So then you pick up a number 15 seed bead, you bead through the second DELICA bead from the same pair, you bead through the number 15 that you picked up in step 2, and also through the first DELICA bead from the next pair of DELICAs. And you do the same again and again. So you always pick up and add a new number 15 between 2 DELICA beads that were picked up at the same time. I hope I made it clearer for you. Okay. Who are you, by the way? I really miss seeing your name. And Teresa asks, does Slovakia, Hungary, and other EU countries have Bring Your Children to Work Day? I don't know if we have like officially. Also, I'm not 100% sure if small children, like sometimes Yvette actually has the little ones in the office until they are waiting, for example, for grandma to pick them up and play with them during the day. But I'm not sure they would enjoy being there the whole day. But I remember that when I was little, together with Yvette is my older sister, then indeed once a year we had a day when our mom, together with her colleagues, brought us to work. And it was like crazy good times. Our mom is a healthcare worker. She got her vaccination last week. And she, that time, she used to be a nurse in the neighboring village. And all the nurses and doctors also brought their kids who were like more or less of the same age as us to work. And oh my God, we were really misbehaving. They used to like tie up each other using bandages. I remember that once someone got tied up, to the IV, where you hang the IV. So, and then we had to rescue each other. And also I remember that there was behind the doctor's office, behind the building, there used to be special tree. I don't know the name of it. Maybe ladies who speak Hungarian or Slovak can help me. What is bodza in English? But it was a tree which used to have like black fruit. And inspired by the surroundings, we would make blood out of the little fruits, and then pretending to be very hurt. And then we went back to the doctor's office to see our moms and dads, and we were like all messed up with the fake blood, and all the poor seniors sitting in front of the offices, they were like horrified. It was really good times. Elderly flower. Yeah, thank you, Kata. And Donna, yes, thank you. I see you now. And Cheryl is asking, how on earth is Yvette staying sane with all that? I don't have a clue, Cheryl. I don't know. She's a strong woman. But we are actually like hiring now helpers who help with like preparing the little packages. Yvette is the one who knows what goes into packages, so she will be the one still putting together the orders to make sure that they are precisely done. But we are now looking for new like students or someone who needs a side job who will help us packaging beads, pre-packaging beads, so then Yvette and Monica will not have so much to do during the day. So, and next step, okay, at the end of step 4, you actually need to bead to the middle of your motif in case that you would like to add a rhinestone. So you should be exiting a number 11 seed bead when you start step 5. And from the number 11 seed bead, you pick up a PRECIOSA rhinestone and you bead through the number 11 seed bead that is exactly opposite of the one that you are exiting. Then you bead back through the rhinestone. You bead through the original number 11, and then you continue through number 15, number 11, and another number 15. And Vanessa is asking, if you don't add a rhinestone, can you leave the center empty? What else can be used? Super nice question, Vanessa. We were actually discussing it yesterday in the Storytelling Beading Club. You can totally leave the middle empty, or you can add, for example, a small lentil-shaped bead. You can add a teacup bead. Cheryl is indeed using her favorite beads, the teacups. You can also add, for example, as Kata suggested, you can add a small MIYUKI drop, the 3.4 millimeters. So something small, flat, blingy will work. So back to attaching the rhinestone. When I want to attach the rhinestone through its second hole, then I am, after beading through that number 15, I am beading through the open hole of the rhinestone. I bead through the number 15 exactly opposite of the number 15 that I was exiting, back through the rhinestone, and one more time through the original number 15, and then I bead out to the edge of the outside edge of the motif through a DELICA and a number 15. Please be sure not to make the little motif wrinkle, so don't pull the thread too much. It needs to stay flat. If you need, then you can bead all around through the number 15 seed, number 11 seed beads one more time in the middle to keep it more symmetrical. And indeed, good luck to Angelica's daughter finding a job. This is not an easy time to start. So, and now I am exiting number 15 on the outside edge of the motif, and I will start adding the half TILA beads. I pick up a DELICA bead, I pick up a half TILA and another DELICA, and then I bead through the next number 15 that is on the outside edge of the motif. And then I do the same. I pick up a DELICA bead, I pick up a half TILA, another DELICA bead, and I bead through the next number 15 on the outside edge of the motif. And how are you doing, ladies? I would love to hear. How is it going? I know that many of you are using substitutes for the rhinestones, so I'm also curious, how is it working out? I'm adding my fourth group of DELICA, half TILA, and DELICA bead. And I actually really don't like my color combination. I have to say, those number 15s that I grabbed instead of the number 15s that I didn't like, they didn't make it better. It happens from time to time. And after I added the last group of half TILA, last group of DELICA, half TILA, DELICA, I bead through the number 15 on the edge. I bead through the first group that I added, DELICA, half TILA, DELICA, and then I continue through a number 15 and another DELICA bead. So by the end of step 7, I should be exiting a DELICA bead before a half TILA bead. And Sherry is doing fine. I hope everyone else is also doing fine. Ludka is moving her half TILAs, looking for the bump, I think. And Jewel, hello Jewel, she likes the design. And Bonnet, is it you? I don't see your name, but I think it's you because of the capitals. So she says, just a thought, instead of a Monty, can one of the small polymer clay flower beads be used in the center of the motif? I think as long as it doesn't cover too much of the motif, everything can be used. If you use something that has its holes in a different way, not as the rhinestone, then after exiting a number 11 seed bead, this is how I would attach the bead. If I have, for example, a lentil bead or an O bead, then after exiting a number 11, I would pick up, for example, let's say a lentil, a number 15, then bead back through the lentil, and then through a number 11, just as with the PRECIOSA rhinestone. And I was right, it's Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. And Diane says, I am leaving open the center to see the effect of that. That is a very nice experiment, I think, Diane. I am curious how will it look like. Actually, when I was making my first earring, then I decided to add rhinestones only when I was already by the second motif. So then I beaded back and I added a rhinestone to the first motif too. So it's totally optional. If you have the rhinestones, you can add them, but you don't have to. You can substitute or you just leave it open, up to you completely. And I am searching for my 8th picture now. And this is when I'm framing the flower with some more DELICA beads. So I am exiting a DELICA bead before a half TILA. Then I pick up 2 DELICA beads and I bead through the outside hole, the open hole of the half TILA. I pick up 2 DELICA beads and then I bead through the DELICA on the other side of the half TILA, the number 15, and another DELICA bead. And again, I am in the same position as in the beginning of this step. So my thread is hanging from a DELICA before a half TILA. So now I am picking up 2 DELICA beads. I bead through the open hole of the half TILA. I pick up another 2 DELICA beads. I bead through the DELICA on the other side of the half TILA, number 15, and another DELICA. And Sharia says, I have put an 11 and then a 15 in the center of the teacup, as I wanted to have the 15 quite high above the edge of the teacup. That's a good idea. Then it's really like the middle of an exotic flower. Teacups always make me think about like flowery motifs and like tropical scenes for some reason. And Nora is asking what kind of colors I am using. And why am I dissatisfied? I am using my number 15s are Duracode galvanized matte yellow gold. Then my half TILAs are patina metallic iris, matte metallic iris, and my DELICA beads, they are my beloved matte nickel plated. And my rhinestone, it's an amethyst opal, and I don't know, the number 15s, they are, okay, it's not that bad on second thought, but I think I'm not used to the feeling that the number 15s are so like jumping in my face in this color combination. In my original color, the center point was really the rhinestone in the middle. And here I have a feeling that the number 15s, they are kind of killing my beautiful amethyst opal rhinestone. And Vanessa is asking, is there any way to get more light on your beading board? I will try one more light. I hope it's going to be better. I have so much light here like this. I am like super hot here. But still, sorry, still somehow it's not as I would wish it for. I will show you my huge, super strong light above my beading mat. I hope it's a little bit better now because I also turned on this circular one. And yeah, is it better a little bit, Vanessa? Okay, my light is falling, so I'm not 100% sure that it will stay like this. And Miriam joined us in the meanwhile. Hello, Miriam. And Nora says, maybe with bronze matte 15s. That's a good idea, actually. And I think I actually have them. But I'm so not going to tear this apart. I will make one cute little motif. It's a nice experiment. And probably afterward I will just make the other half of the earring, hopefully. And Vanessa likes it better, so I really, really hope that the light stays where it is supposed to stay, because it's very instable at the moment. As a precaution, I put my big mug of tea on the other side. Those of you who have had workshops with me in the past, especially during the Stockholm Bead Along, I was like notorious to knock over my my drink what I had. So one day I knocked over my water, one day I knocked over my coffee, and the third day I was sitting here with a big mug of hot tea. So I was like, oh my God, let's not do it today. Let's not do it today. So I put my big mug of tea on the other side where it's out of the reach of the light. So if the light happens to fall, then it will not knock over my tea. And I totally thought that I have enough of the number 11 delicas, but I ran out of them. I was like, oh, wonderful, I will use up everything what I have on my beading mat. But no, so I have to search for a bit more. Luckily, I have a second and a third beading board just next to me, full of my favorite colors. So I will just grab some from the other side. And Nora likes the color of my half tilas. And with the color of my half tilas, I'm absolutely satisfied. I really like to work with this color. I think it looks very good, for example, with some purple tones. It also looks good with turquoise. But again, as I always say, I don't know about a color which would not look good with turquoise. So metallic patina iris is one of those many colors that look super nice with turquoise. And I hope that you agree with me. One day we had here someone who confessed that she doesn't like turquoise. I mean, we are still friends, but it feels strange. I am just joking. It's wonderful that we like different colors and different color combinations. I am just kind of obsessed with turquoise, so. And Donna says, mine is looking like chicken poppers. Chicken poppers color is also one of my favorites. It looks good with turquoise. So that's a good one too. Okay, Donna says poop. I thought that that's like US slang when you don't want to say poop. Forgive me my ignorance. And Nora says, mine is purple and rose. I'm curious, Nora always has such nice color combinations. And last week she was complaining that, oh, I have a crisis. And then she made like 5 pairs of the cherry picking earrings and all of them super nice. So I have my little flower. Okay, it's not bad with this color. It's better than I expected halfway. And now I am going to make one of the petals of the flower into, like, I will add some delicas. And I will add a number 15 seed bead in the middle. And this is where I will go. I will make a loop for the earring hook. But actually, if you like the look of the petal after step 9, then what you can do is that you can make all the petals pointy, actually. It's completely up to you. It will be a very different effect, but what's nice that by making the petals pointy, you make it easy to connect them to each other. So then you could add maybe also a rivoli and spruce up, for example, your bracelet or long earring with it. So how I am doing it, I was exiting the pair of DELICA beads on one side of the half TILA, and then I picked up 4 more DELICA beads. I beaded back, in the opposite direction through the top hole of the half TILA, and then I beaded again through the first 2 MIYUKI DELICA beads. Now I picked up a number 15 seed bead, and then again I bead through the second pair of MIYUKI DELICA beads. So I had 4 MIYUKI DELICA beads that I picked up first, then I beaded through the half TILA, then I beaded through the first 2 delicas, I picked up a number 15, and then through the 3rd and 4th MIYUKI DELICA. And again, I bead through the half TILA, I bead through 2 delicas and the number 15, and then I pick up 5 pieces of number 15s, and I make a loop of a loop of 5 number 15s. Then I continue all the way on the edge of the motif to the opposite side of my little flower. So if you want, then this is the time when you can add this pointy decoration to all of the petals of the little flower. And Yolanda is here, and I have to write you. So, hello Yolanda. And Anne is here. And Anne says, I'm happy with my colors for a change. Fuchsia in different shades, white and silver. I'm curious to see that, Anne. And Niti has a complete color list for us. Thank you so much. And here on the other side of the motif, I can now repeat step 9. So I can pick up 4 DELICA beads and then add a number 15 between the second and the third, if I want to go with one motif only. And then to the number 15, I can add a glass drop in metal setting. So, but if you are going for more motifs, then please follow the printable file, and it will show you how to make the motifs in a way that you don't have to start a new thread for all of the motifs, but you can do the whole earring or the whole bracelet in one go. And I will go with one little motif here. So I will pick up 4 pieces of MIYUKI DELICA beads. I bead back through the open hole, through the second hole of the half TILA bead. Then I bead through the first 2 MIYUKI DELICAs. I pick up a number 15, and then I bead through the third and the fourth DELICA bead. And Cheryl says, I love not starting a new thread, so love when you show us how to keep going like that. I also hate working securing thread ends, so whenever I can, I try to find a way to connect the second motif directly to the first one. I'm not going to do that live today because actually, like, not sleeping for nearly a week, it's kind of taking its toll on my ability to focus. But if you download the printable file, then you will be able to see how to do that. And the printable file is available always at the same place, storytellingjeweler.com/no-one-has-to-bead-alone/ and then you can make your decision to purchase it or to download it for free, and it's up to you. And I am now exiting the number 15 at the bottom, and then I pick up 3 more number 15s and I pick up my pretty drop, crossing it from front to back. I'll show you also the illustration. This is a different kind of drop, but the logic is the same. So exiting the number 15 in the bottom, you pick up 3 more number 15s, you pick up the drop from front to back and 3 more number 15s. And after this, you bead through the number 15 that is attached in between the pairs of DELICA beads, and you bead in the opposite direction as your thread is hanging. So now the 6 round seed beads with the drop, they are on one side of the number 15. It's not in the middle. And to even it out, I bead back through the second group of seed beads that I picked up. I bead through my drop from the front to the back, and then I bead through the first group of number 15s that I picked up. And then I bead through the number 15 in between the DELICA beads. So when you look at the pictures on the screen, then you see that when I am picking up the seed beads in the first, when I am attaching the drop, then they are always, the thread is coming out and going in at the same side of the number 15. And again, when I am retracing the thread path, then I am exiting and entering the seed bead from the same side. So that's how it is evened out at the end. So this is how it looks like. And for added security, of course, I recommend to retrace the thread path, and then you can, if you bead if this was the end of your design, then you can secure and trim your thread ends. And now I would like to thank you for your attention today, and I hope you had a nice time. I am really curious to see your variations. If you are looking for some more inspiration, then recently we posted a new blog article written by Susie, and you can learn from her how you can make this beautiful, beautiful bracelet. And what I really like about this bracelet is that she didn't use a metal cuff base in the bracelet, but instead just cardboard. So you can start right away. You don't need anything special. And the pretty, pretty metallic finished leather you can find at thestorytellingjeweler.com. And next week, I am waiting for you with another new design. It's called the Codex because I forgot to upload it, but just a sec. The decoration, the lines in the design, they remind me of, an initial in a Middle Age codex. So that's why I named it Codex. So I'm really looking forward to beading with you next week again. And I wish you a lovely weekend and looking forward to see your pretty jewels. Thank you for your attention, ladies. Bye-bye.